What's going on, guys? I'm James and you're watching Blue Dog Reptiles. Today we're going to be talking about diversity of diets and why it's so important. I'm here with my man Tubbs, and if you watched our last video, he hasn't moved. Not at all. It's his favorite spot. He's in our quarantine tank right now, and that's just because he needs to lose a little weight and we don't have room for him out on the floor right now. But diversifying diet is crucial because in the wild, they're not going to eat the same thing over and over and over and over. It would be like eating pizza 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Eventually, you're going to be like, I'm done and I will never touch pizza again. But not only that, but different diets create different nutrients that different animals need. So, for example, I know this isn't a cow channel, but with cows, not only do they eat corn and pellets, but they also get sweet bran and one track and all these different other things and hay and that are all blended together to create the perfect diet for them. Now, bearded dragons, for example, these guys eat insects, they eat greens, they eat fruits, but do we want to feed him crickets constantly? A, no, because he's going to get bored of crickets. But B, they're also not as nutritious as, let's say, dubia roaches are. He's going to eat less of dubia roaches than he would crickets because they're higher in protein. So, what I mean by changing up the diet, I'm not saying every other day you have to change what your animal is eating. I'm saying that, for example, my chameleons, these guys don't get the same food twice in a row. Not at all, but in a row. So, for example, Blue here, he gets crickets one day. The next time he eats, he'll get mealworms. The next time it'll be dubia roaches. Then he'll get around to silkworms and waxworms. And so we're always changing up their diet. And it's also a lot better for them. You know, they're, like I said, you know, in the wild, they're not going to eat the same thing twice. Yes, I mean, if it stumbles across in front of them, they're going to be like, okay, I'll take it, I guess. He's doing okay. He had this old injury. You see it right there on his, the edge of his lip. And it's healing, but it's just healing slowly. Now, there are certain times when food needs to be the same, and that would be like with our crocodile skinks here. Oh, like Mama's. Oh, let's see if I can open this without her bolting. Oh, no, she ran. And down in the water. Ah, darn it. Where's your baby? We had another, if you haven't seen, oh, there's your eye down there. If you haven't seen, we actually had another baby that was born. So super pumped, super excited for that. But with babies, they don't have their teeth developed yet. And so we have to feed them fruit flies. And then as they become adults, then we move them on to, you know, mealworms and crickets and dubia roaches. Now, not all animals are going to be as accepting of change. I've heard so many cases where people like snakes, they're gonna eat the same thing. But this is mostly for lizards and geckos, and frogs. Now, I've heard some people say, oh, my bearded dragon, it'll only eat dubia roaches, or it'll only eat crickets. And that's typically because they were raised up on one food. And so they get stuck on that one food and they don't want to change. But hey, you know, as long as they are eating, you know, that's what's important. You don't want them to go off feed. And did you see something down there? This is our female. She's an ornery little thing. But some of your guys' thoughts, guys. Do you think that it's a good idea to rotate the diet? I do, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you feed your animals. As always, guys, stay beautiful, stay safe, and to all of the victims down from the hurricanes, I hope you guys are safe as well and were able to get out in time. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.